Alex Eala fights for glory. Glowing Star quarterfinal showdown against Swiss star Viktorija Golubic. Let's go, Alex. For Alex, every match was more than personal achievement. Every swing of her racket seemed tethered to the aspirations of millions back home. In Manila, families crowded around televisions, the time zone difference irrelevant when it was Alex playing. In Makati cafes, students streamed the match on their phones while sipping their morning coffee. Overseas workers in Dubai, Rome, and Hong Kong huddled during breaks, proudly watching the flag of the Philippines flutter beside her name on the scoreboard. Alex understood this pressure, but she didn't run from it. She embraced it. "I play for myself, yes," she once told a reporter. "But every time I step on court, I feel like I bring a piece of the Philippines with me. That makes me stronger." And against a Swiss star like Golubic, that strength will be tested like never before. The Swiss challenge. If Alex was fire, then Golubic was ice. Viktorija's style wasn't about brute force. She was the master of geometry, slicing and redirecting pace, making opponents uncomfortable with her ability to take the ball early. She had played the giants, top 10 players, slam champions, and had both lost and triumphed in those arenas. The pundits predicted trouble for Eala. The young Filipino loved rhythm, loved dictating with her heavy forehand, and loved turning rallies into battles of will. But Golubic's game thrived on breaking rhythm. She was the kind of opponent who could frustrate a youngster into errors, and she knew it. This is experience versus youth. One commentator noted before the match, "If Golubic can drag Eala into long, tactical exchanges, she has the edge. But if Eala brings power and belief, the upset is very possible." It wasn't just possible, it was within her grasp. The match begins. The first set began with tension thick in the air. Alex, dressed in her trademark sleeveless top with the Philippine flag patch over her heart, bounced on her toes, eyes locked on Golubic. Golubic won the toss and chose to serve. Her opening points were clinical. Slice serves wide, forcing Eala to stretch, followed by sharp cross-court angles. She held to love. But when Alex stepped up to serve, the Filipino crowd in the stands roared. Her first serve thundered in at 110 miles per hour. Golubic blocked it back, but Alex ripped a forehand winner down the line. Fist pump, a small smile. The battle had begun. Fire meets ice. Eala's power was undeniable. When her forehand connected, the sound reverberated like a gunshot. Winner sprayed across the baseline, drawing gasps. But Golubic absorbed the storm, using her one-handed backhand to slice low, drag Alex into awkward positions, and lure her into errors. By the middle of the first set, it was 3-3, neither player giving an inch. The rallies grew longer. Alex grunted with effort, chasing every ball, while Golubic glided with deceptive calm. Then came the turning point. At 4-4, Alex faced 2 break points. The crowd held its breath. Golubic chipped a return, deep and low. Alex scrambled, flicked a desperate forehand, and somehow painted the line. Saved. On the next point, she blasted an ace. The fist pump was bigger now, her roar echoing around the stadium. Moments later, she held serve. Then, riding the momentum, she broke Golubic with a fearless backhand return winner. First set, 6-4, Eala. The Filipino fans erupted. Social media lit up. Hashtags like #LabanAlex and #Pinoy Pride trended worldwide. The Swiss response. But champions don't fade quietly. Golubic reset in the second set, her experience showing. She slowed the pace, forced errors, and drew Alex into traps. At 2-2, she broke Eala with a deft lob that kissed the baseline. Alex shook her head, but Golubic remained stone-faced, laser-focused. Soon, it was 5-2 to Golubic. She closed the set with a slice backhand winner, her signature shot. Set 2, 6-2, Golubic. Now it was 1 set apiece. The crowd buzzed nervously. Commentators leaned forward. "We're going the distance," one said. This third set would define careers. The final set, the deciding set, wasn't tennis. It was theater. It was art. It was war. Every point felt like destiny. Alex, visibly exhausted, pushed through sheer willpower. Golubic, calm as ever, looked like she could play 5 more sets. At 2-2, Alex found herself down break point again. Golubic sliced deep, Alex ran wide, and just as the ball seemed lost, she flicked a forehand cross-court winner at full stretch. The crowd exploded. She screamed, "Come on!" with veins visible in her neck. At 4-4, the tension was unbearable. Each rally stretched beyond 20 shots. Eala's power against Golubic's precision, an unstoppable force against an immovable object. Then at 5-4, Alex earned her first match point. She bounced the ball, sweat dripping, heart pounding. The serve went in. Golubic blocked it back. A rally ensued. Forehand to backhand, sliced the topspin. Finally, Alex crushed a forehand down the line. Winner. Game. Set. Match. Alex dropped her racket and fell to her knees. Tears welled in her eyes as she looked to the sky. Final score, 6-4, 2-6, 6-4. The aftermath. The stadium roared. Fans waved Philippine flags. Her team embraced her as chants of "Eala, Eala" echoed. On the other side of the net, Golubic walked gracefully to the net, smiling, offering warm congratulations. Experience had yielded to youth, but respect was mutual. In her post-match interview, Alex's voice cracked. "This one means everything, not just for me, but for everyone back home in the Philippines. Thank you for believing in me. I'm just getting started." Her words trended instantly across social platforms. Legends of the sport, Martina Navratilova, Chris Evert, even Rafael Nadal, her academy mentor, tweeted congratulations. For the Philippines, it wasn't just a tennis victory. It was validation. Proof that Filipino athletes could rise on the world stage in sports where they had long been overlooked, beyond the court. But Alex's victory was more than the scoreboard. It was about identity, pride, and breaking barriers. Back home, little girls in barangays picked up rackets, inspired. In universities, sports clubs debated whether this was the beginning of a new tennis era for Southeast Asia. Sponsors lined up, eager to support the young star. And somewhere in the quiet of the locker room, Alex sat alone for a moment, clutching a racket. The weight of history pressed on her shoulders, but so did the thrill of possibility. She whispered to herself, "This is just the quarterfinal. The dream is bigger." Because for Alex Eala, the journey was only beginning. Conclusion, glory in the making. The showdown against Viktorija Golubic wasn't just a quarterfinal. It was a declaration, a statement that Alex Eala had arrived, not as a junior prodigy, not as a rising star, but as a true contender. Glory isn't given. It's fought for, sweat for, cried for. On that day, Alex fought and won, and as the Philippine flag soared higher, one truth became undeniable. The world had better watch out. Alex Eala was here to stay. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.